Alright, welcome back everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of our Elden Ring Chronicle for Liurnia of the Lakes. And we're at the point where we can take on Rennala. I've got to learn that fight, and unfortunately it starts us right here, so I've got to get through some stuff. Actually, let me show you that, at least on this first go, and I might take this into an editor depending on how many times I die to get the rest of it. Also wanted to mention that the last couple episodes I noticed there was some mic noise, and that is because I had my microphone in the wrong position. So it was picking up, it was right underneath my nostrils basically, so whenever I would breathe out it would pick that up. Class 5 smithing stone. Is that ball still going to come out? Looks like no, because we've cleared the area. Alright, so this is relatively straightforward and simple then. We do, however, have to call the elevator. So I've not looked at any kind of guide or anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of facing it as it comes. My idea, and this may very much be wrong, but my idea is to take down the ads first. Darn it. This seems kind of pitiful to me. Oof, that was a heavy hit. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't know what I would do IRL, you know, but this seems really pathetic and tragic. Oh, she, okay, so they don't ever go away. Okay, but what can I do? How do I hit Rennala then? Because she just keeps dropping them. Oh, Rennala's coming down both, it seems. Nothing. So I'm noticing that perhaps these spawns, they just keep respawning. My problem is that I don't really quite know what else to do. So I'm looking around. To see if there's something that can be triggered. I'm not seeing an item that can be destroyed. Any kind of special item. See, I thought maybe these were it, but no. Did that actually hit? I think I actually hit her. That amber bubble once, but most of the time whenever I make contact, it seems like my weapon just bounces off. And on her health bar, I'm not really seeing much evidence that I hit her. So, don't know what to think. So it is, it's just ricochet. Maybe when she throws fire, she's vulnerable? No. Marionettes are down. Circle clear? No. Well, the next thing I'm wondering is if I have the circle clear, is she vulnerable? No. have here? What is this? I think that's her old husband, the one that went to America. Was it Radagast? Radagon? Okay. Well. Oh. Oh, darn. That killed me. Well, I don't know what I did to get her to drop. So I'm going to pause this recording and try and find out. Fill in the blank there where I'm not really understanding. I will see you in a minute. Okay. All right, so would be tricky to find out all by yourself. Might take some time. But once it's explained to you, even though the fight might be difficult, it's pretty straightforward. There's two phases. The first phase, to what made her drop, is that I destroyed all of the ads that had that little glowing aura around them. They're also the ones that throw the books. And they sing lullabies. So it's not Rennala that's singing, it's those ads. So that can clue us in also. And when we hit 3 of them, she'll fall on the floor. The guide I watched was by Fextra Life, and he really says it's very, very much desirable that you get her to about half health on the first time that she drops, because after that, if you spend more than 2 times dropping her, she gets, I guess, increasingly aggressive. She starts throwing spells and stuff. And then the second phase is about staggering her. It's getting as many melee hits on her as fast as possible. They don't have to be strong. This is kind of a Wing Chun approach. You just want to hit her as often as possible. I'm hoping my marionettes will be a really good choice there. And also, whenever you first get into phase 2, she's going to throw out like a magic beam. You want to let her do that first and then dodge it and then summon your ads. We're going to pop our flask. Go in. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'll be able to summon them again. I should not have summoned them here. So that was a mistake. Okay, 1. Darn. 2. So I did not get her to half.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
I didn't know I was that low on health. Oh, you know what? There's an area in the back area over there that there was a ladder that I could have gone down, and I want to go check that out. So I'm going to put you on pause and make my way over there so that we can see what that ladder led to. I will be right back. We're staring at the entrance to the academy, actually, down at the ground floor. This is just the roof area of it. So here is the ladder. Okay, there's something in there to grab. Ooh, that could have ended really poorly. And it's a smithing stone. Also, I just realized I'm probably going to want to switch to two-hand. Well, that was better. Oh, weird. Gotcha. Oh, man, got pile driven right there. Okay, so we're two-handed. We're saving the marionettes for phase 2. We're going to pop our wondrous physic, I guess. Oh, no. Get Rennala targeted if I can. Got her. 1, 2, 3. Back. Okay. So we're in phase 2 now. She should shoot out some kind of magic beam that we need to dodge, roll through, and then we can call the marionettes.
My beloved.
Oh, man.
Have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever. Upon my name as Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide.
So we killed her and this is her spirit?
Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Oh, I just ate that. Dang. I actually might want to use... Oh, yeah.
Under my moon.
Might want to use the katana on this because it's faster hitting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got her. Hit me? Yeah, she did. Hit again. What the deuce? I didn't see this in the video. Oh, bummer, man. I don't know. I'm having a tough time determining whether or not it's better to have the Uchi-Katana or the harder hitting winged scythe. I think I need to try both and just keep swapping back and forth until something works. Alright, flask up. And we're trying the winged scythe again. Uh-oh. One hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. Can I get that 4th one in? Got it, but I paid the price for it. And I'm not able to hit hard enough right now to get her to half health. Try and dodge now. Yeah. It's always a little bit longer than what I think. I want to try not using the flask. Also, Fextra Life recommended using wolves, and it revolves around his notion that you want to stagger her. Even light hits stagger her, and they keep her from casting her spells. So based on that principle, I thought marionettes would be pretty good. And they might be. But I'm having a hard time with the fight, so I'm going to give the wolves a shot. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should definitely be using light attacks. Oh, that's a big difference, man. Where is she at? Oh, wow. Still got me there, huh? Oh, I died. Okay. Is that coming from me? Oh my gosh. I was watching the stars. Oh, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Oh, I didn't see that. They came in from behind. Dang it. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That sucks, that sucks. Oh. No, not the wolves. Oh, they only last for so long, but they hit like really hard. Oh, roll, roll, roll. Oh.
Lieth under my moon.
Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all that. Man, I feel like I'm getting real close, but I'm going to call it quits for tonight. This is a continuation of raw data collection. After trying to defeat Rennala for 2 hours last night, I decided to give it a rest. and come back at it again today. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change up my physic. And I want to keep this. I think I'm going to get rid of the shield in favor of stamina if I have it. There we go. What are the other options? Okay, we'll go with that. And seems like there was one other thing I was going to do. Oh, yeah. I'm not doing charged attacks. So, or we could double up on stamina. How about stamina recovery? I think my recovery is already pretty good. The other thing I was thinking of was this. Raises attack power with successive attacks. But I tried that once before. I didn't really notice much of a difference. So I'm going to try the Viridian Amber Medallion instead. All right, let's go give this another shot. I think I'm using the wolves. Yeah. Because they get right up on her and disrupt her spell casting a little bit more effectively than the marionettes do, I think. Well, I think they're both relatively effective, but if she gets a spell off, those marionettes, because they're at range, they seem to get hit more than the wolves do. So they die. I did watch a few videos and noticed that you want to stay away from her summons. So wish me luck. Yeah, I didn't see the second one coming in because I looked down to try and cycle back to my regular, whatchamacallit, potions, health potions. All right. Well, to give you guys an idea of my stubbornness level, I've spent probably 2.5, maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes, really trying hard to beat this as is before I finally just gave up. And I went and I grinded out some levels and I upgraded some equipment. So I went to the Field of Giants. That's my favorite grind point. I know there's other places that you can cheese really, really high numbers of runes. I don't really like to do it. So I go to the Field of Giants. They drop about 1,000 runes per, and I just run routes through there and raise money. Maybe later, whenever I need 100,000 runes to level up, I'll use some of the other ways. But I gained 3 levels. So we're up over 900 hit points, I believe. Let's see, status. Yeah, just over 900 right now. Now that's actually my normal is a little bit higher, but I've changed my equipment set. The other thing I did was that, actually, you know what? I think I gained 4 levels because I put a point into strength also. So I am able to two-hand the golden halberd now. So we could use that, but it's not improved. The Uchigatana I was able to improve by 1, so we're now at a +8. And and I am using the winged sword insignia, which is supposed to raise attack power with successive attacks, and the Viridian Amber Medallion to raise my max stamina. My Flask of Wondrous Physic is still, it's temporarily changed to increase hit points and stamina. Well, to restore hit points over time and increase stamina. I was unfortunately not able to improve my Lone Wolf Ashes. I was able to plus up the marionettes to 2, so they're plussed up to the same level as the wolf. I was able to plus up my skeletal militiamen, and I was able to plus up my jellyfish, but that's it so far. And I think that is all of the update that I have to give you right now. So let's go ahead and give this a shot, see how it goes. I might be a little rusty. Okay, there's one. Two. Three. That last book did get me. Okay, she was down for longer than I expected, and I didn't take advantage of that. Okay, she's going to be tossing cemetery stones at me. Okay, I got the flask off. Skip. I think I got hit there. Yeah, I did. Ow. Got her. Got her.
My dear daughter, weave thy night into being.
to know more about that quest, I'll probably go through on Ronnie's side on another playthrough. But that looks like the most tragic quest out there. All right, got her on the first try with the extra levels. I had more health. I feel like I didn't really even get hit that much. It was probably actually, I think the biggest contributing factors there was more stamina, which allowed me to strike her more often, and a harder hitting Uchigatana. And just the fact that I switched to the Uchigatana also for more speed attacks than the winged scythe was doing. And then I would say that personally, I think I executed pretty well. I didn't take too many unnecessary hits, a few, but nothing really major except for that one magic laser to the face that I rolled into because I was escaping her magic stars. And there's just not a whole lot. I had to soak that up. That's not much I can do about that. But we got her down before she could call summons. I mean, it was really close. She was about to, but I got her. So extremely excited about that. Let's take a look at the item we got from her. Where would I find that at? Yeah, as expected, plus up in magic, but not as good against physical. Ah, there we go. Oh, look at that. That's funny looking. Oh my gosh, that's really funny looking. There it is. No, that's not what we got from her, but this is an item that I picked up. It's pretty nice for a mage. Am I able to equip these yet? Strength 30. I have strength of 20. Oh, that might have been what we got. Shoot. Hold on, I'm going to pause you because I want to know this for this video. Okay, we picked up a remembrance. Remembrance of the Queen of the Full Moon. So it should be in inventory, although I'm not quite sure where. Is that it? Remembrance of the Full Moon Queen. Take the power of its namesake via finger reader. I can either cash this in for a whole boatload of runes, or I can turn it in and get the item. And the item in this case is going to be her scepter that she used. For this playthrough, because I'm not sure if perhaps I can use this character as what I might call what Fighting Cowboy calls I think he calls it a mule character, meaning that he uses it to test out, he'll respec and just test out all kinds of different specs. So maybe I will do something like that too, in which case I want this character specifically to have as many of these items on him as possible. So this playthrough, I have elected to just always take the weapon. And especially with the mausoleum, you can go and switch that up if you feel like you chose the wrong weapon. But I don't want to take those runes. I don't want to throw these away for runes. I can always find runes. Okay, so we will go find that out.
Where did ye flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Wow, she's still alive. Oh, I forgot to use Golden Vow. This thing had Golden Vow on it also. Should have used that. Oh, you can talk to her. Sweet.
Ah, thou, is it thy wish to be born anew? To become a sweeting, reborn of my beloved egg?
I think this is how you can respec. That's my guess. I'm not going to use that just yet, but we might use that in the future.
Be not alarmed, nor afeared. I would birth thee as a sweeting, fair and fine.
And then we've got this right here. Oh, it's still locked. Okay, that threw me off. Maybe I need to get this first. So I guess you can't kill her. No, locked. What the deuce? All right. Hold on, I need to find out about this. Okay. In order to unlock this chest, you have to... there ain't no way you getting into this. This is Ronnie's chest. Only Ronnie gets into this chest. And so you got to be doing her quest line, and then she'll unlock it for you. Let me get into what my normal equipment is going to be. Let's go down to the Church of Ella. Ooh, let's maybe not. We just took on Ronnie's mother. Stormhill Shack. Okay, so we're two-handing now. And I just confirmed that I am at a medium load. Nope, not item crafting. Let's go. We're going to load up Erdtree's Favor and the Axe Talisman for the enhanced charge attacks. And we'll look at our status now. Level 62, 931 hit points, 88 faith points, 110 stamina. Let's see, we need to go talk to the Finger Crone. And I think in the next episode, we're going to open up here and we're going to go talk to everybody in here, especially Gideon, to see if we can advance dialogues. But I want to talk to the Finger Crone right now and turn in that remembrance. Here she is.
I had my doubts, but look at you. Only once before have I seen two great runes together. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance.
Fine work, brave Tarnished. The greater will is pleased. You have earned the right to become Elden Lord.
Oh.
Now, seek the Erd Tree and an audience with Queen Marika
To become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon. Take this, a token of farewell.
Talisman pouch.
Now, go forth. Become Elden Lord.
Well, that's a significant development.
You have returned. What is it?
Let's ask about Queen Marika.
Queen Marika is the vessel of the Elden Ring, carrier of its vision. A god in truth. But after the Elden Ring's shattering, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree. A grim punishment for shattering the Order, despite her godhood. The fingers speak.
Marika's trespass demanded a heavy sentence. But even in shackles, she remains a god and the vision's vessel. Confer great runes to become Elden Lord and join Queen Marika as her consort.
Whoa.
The fingers have willed it so.
Now you may go.
Okay, that's good to know. That's interesting. Receive Power from Remembrance. Can we switch display? Magic Scepter of Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. The glintstone is known as a Carrion Blue, enhancing full moon sorceries. Only those of the highest intelligence may wield this, the finest of all glintstone staves. Unique skill, spinning weapon. Channel magic into the glintstone to suspend the scepter in mid-air and cause it to spin violently. Those it touches will suffer successive magic attacks. Rennala's Full Moon. Sorcery symbolic of the Carrion Queen. Uses the caster as a vessel to incarnate a full moon, then sends it floating toward foes. Oh, okay. This is the floating ball. The full moon dispels all sorcery that touches it and temporarily reduces magic damage negation for those it strikes. Queen Rennala encountered this enchanting moon when she was young, and later it would bewitch the academy. Okay, well, I still like this staff. The only thing I was waffling on there was I have another nice staff, the Azorb staff that I got at the same level. And I was wondering, maybe should I take this one, but I could always go to a mausoleum in the future. I'm going to go ahead and take the Carrion Regal Scepter. Okay, receive Equipment of Champions. What do we have here? The Queen's Crescent Crown. That's it for right now, and those are not applicable to me, of course. Here's the stats if you want to pause and take a look at them.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
All right, and in the next episode, we are going to start out here because I want to go through dialogue. But before I end this one, I want to show you a comparison between the Uchigatana and the weapon that I'm holding, the Golden Halberd. They are both very effective. It just depends on what kind of style you want to play with. But we'll test them against giants so that you can see a one-to-one comparison. Let's first move up to the Uchigatana. I'm not going to use a shield. We're going to two-hand both weapons. Oh, he hit me. Somebody else hit me. Okay, now, I'm actually not even equipped right for this. We should be using this and this for this weapon. In my opinion, I guess I should say. Okay, and I actually went slow on that, and we took him down before he could even really do anything, because of the move set that that particular giant went through. Watch the numbers if you can. Okay. And I've got enough to level up to. We're going to level up, but not right now, or it ruins the test, you know. We will now go to the Golden Halberd, confirming Uchikatana. Oh, +8. The Uchikatana is at +8. My Halberd is at a +1. I must have updated it before. Okay, and then for here, my guide that I'm using for how I'm speccing my dude calls for this. And then we're going to put in the Axed Houseman for the enhanced charged attacks here. Now, I just noticed I have an open slot. I'll fill that in a minute. I don't want to ruin my test. Also, I forgot to cast Holy Vow, so we won't cast it with this one either. But both my Uchikatana and this Golden Halberd have Holy Vow. Dang it, this one's messing me up. Okay. Yeah, whenever he decides to do the foot stomp, that's usually the one I have the most trouble with. And not just the foot stomp, but multiples of it. So see, it's a little different style. I have noticed that I do better just hitting them multiple times rather than hitting him in the soft spot whenever he gets stunned. But I'll show you. I think it's 6 or a half dozen of the other. I'll show you what it looks like when you do take advantage, if I can. Oh, he hit me. And see, they never get up. So that's my preference. I think as far as the number of hits it takes, the damage done, it turns out to be pretty equal. But I prefer not allowing them to stand back up. All right, so you see the style contrast. They're both effective. That Uchikatana can sometimes drop giants before they even get a move off. And the colossal weapon here, as you would expect, is designed to stagger them and destroy them before they can get back up. So they're both performing equally, in my opinion, and it's just whichever style you prefer. Let's go ahead and level up. Okay, we are pumping vigor until we get to level 40. We got enough for 2 points. That's going to push us up to 1,081 health with another 11,204 Hey, you know what? Just stick with me. So I'll pause you, and we're going to get that one more level before we leave. All right, guys. We're back. I've got just enough to level up. So we'll pump up vigor again. We're now at 1,125 hit points. The number of hit points we have, that's going to play a big role in the damage that we do down the line. It isn't right now. We don't have the right weapon for it or the setup, but it will eventually. So I've also got specific talismans I need to go get that the guide calls for. So I need to look them up and see where they're at. If they're in zones that I've covered already, then we'll go get them. But maybe not immediately. We are not done with this Chronicle yet. Even though I've opened up the shortcut, I also want to find out where the Great Lift is. I just want to be able to uncover all this stuff during the Chronicle that's covering Liurnia of the Lakes. And I have the glintstone key for it. We're still going to be continuing our exploration of Liurnia of the Lakes. But in the next episode, we're going to open it up at the Round Table Hold, and we're going to go through dialogue. Okay, I guess it's time to shut up and say goodbye. All right, again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I will see you in the next episode where this story continues.